Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hello, this is Fishburner Live on a Friday night at 6 o'clock. We have Jemima from Fishburner team here.
It's Majella.
And obviously, we have
Majella,
no
man.
event here tonight.
It's Majella, not Jemima.
It's Majella here, not Jemima here,
You
you
do
see?
look similar, in your defense.
Yes, okay. Because I work with Jemima a little bit more frequently lately. At least I don't call you Georgia.
That is true. I do
Okay.
not look like Georgia, so you couldn't get away with that one.
No. So welcome to Fishburner Live, and the purpose of this whole thing is we want to bring you the Fishburner vibe to the community, from the Fishburner community out there to you all watching this video. And Jemima want to talk, or actually I want Jemima to tell us about...
Man, you did it again.
Sorry. I want Majella to tell us about the recent product development, the roadmap, and then how have we been helping more startup community beyond Sydney.
Yeah, well, we have some really, really exciting things that we've been busy with over the last few weeks.
Yep.
So I guess the Fishburners tech team, as you will.
Yep.
So I work in product there, which is really fantastic.
Yep.
But recently, you might know of our Founders Hub platform, which is basically the whole offering of what we bring here at Fishburners. We bring everything that you see here in Sydney, so our mentors, our perks and discounts, all those sorts of things are actually also available online. Mm-hmm. And so basically, when you look at the Sydney space, it's an extension of what we offer online, but just plus the desk. So
that's right.
Recently, just last year, we launched a brand new, the Founders Hub 2.0, which was really, really good and exciting. It was quite revolutionary, actually. We had a whole heap of control and scope that we had no other access to before. And I guess just recently, we've just relaunched, Founders 3.0, Founders Hub 3.0. And
it's so fast. 3.0 already.
It is, in just a year, which is, we've been busy, which is really great. But the intention behind that was just to make it a lot more user-friendly. We got when you develop and you launch your own product and you have your own IP behind it, you get so much information and data, and we've been really focused on working with the community on that. So that in itself has really opened up doors that has allowed us to expand even further. So Fishburners is Australia's leading and largest startup community. So we've now been able to unlock all of our secrets and everything like that we've done previously, and now make that available to other startup communities across the world. So just recently we launched with Xero in New Zealand, so Xero, as we know, is an accounting company, but they, in part their offices in Parnell, they also have a startup community and a co-working space. So
they become a startup hub.
Correct.
Is that what you mean?
Yeah, within their offices.
Fantastic.
So they've got this really beautiful big offices over in Parnell in Auckland. And that's exactly, so they have a floor there, which is all for startups and co-working. They have some really great startups there already, which is like Humanitics, which is what we actually use for our ticketing system at Fishburners. So it's really great to kind of do like a full circle there. But
so come back to the product side, is that what's the difference between you describe 2.0 and 3.0. What are the new feature and new enhancement for our online community out there?
Yeah, so I guess the main thing is a big difference. Let's just say the Founders Hub got a really nice facelift. We can leave.
Okay.
So
it's not a reskinning job. So
the
you
features
change the underlying
are all,
structure as well. Platform change.
The platform itself looks completely different. We've basically done that in order to enhance features in particularly the UX of things. So before, a good example of that is previously on the Founders Hub 2.0, we had a news feed which people could enter in things in. It wasn't being used a lot. Instead, what it was being used for was a really good source of showing information. But instead, what we've done we've taken out the newsfeed, and instead we've got this really fantastic layout of of all the different events, new pieces of content, new perks, and it's just so all that information is so much more accessibly available. It's a lot clearer and cleaner to see. Which is, that's number one. You're a founder on the go. You want to have your information quickly and as easily as possible. So we've been really lucky to work with the community on a product-led, I guess, or a people-led sort of design and reiteration of that.
Human-centered design.
Absolutely, that's been such a big point of this new system. And I guess on a greater view as well, this new platform really allows us to scale and grow even bigger and more. So previously we were using WordPress and like a couple of plugins and those sorts of things. Now we've actually moved to a new sort of platform where we have full control of everything. Like we're drawing out box by box, coding it up and connecting it. So that in itself gives us a whole
from
new...
a user point of view, it's all about the content. Because
yes,
of a founder,
correct.
if they want to find idea and tips on marketing, then
that's the place
hopefully
you
they
go.
can find it easier and faster.
Yeah, and I think that's what Fishburners is really doing so well at the moment, is I think because the hybrid and post-COVID and everything like that, the hybrid world has changed so much. People want to work from home, and what the Founders Hub really brings to those founders is the capacity to stay connected from anywhere in the world. So whether you're at home, you can still, obviously we have our Slack channel and everything, which just pops off every single day, but we've got really clear pathways between the Slack channel and the Founders Hub. We have, say you can't make an event in person, it's recorded, it's put up there. I mean, Fishburners has been around for like nearly 11 years now.
I work very hard to make sure all our events are live streamed for you guys.
Fantastic. And man, that is all you.
Are they definitely 100% available for our audience?
They 100% are. They're SEO friendly as well. You'll be pleased to know.
When is the subtitle coming?
Subtitles?
And when are they searchable? At the moment, Lakia, I know Lakia worked very hard. We discussed about last week. It's how to make sure that the description, the copy are in the description so that it becomes the keyword, becomes searchable. But there are some other additional keyword potentially could be in the conversation that could be transcribed and keyword searchable. Is that coming along?
Yeah, and that's actually been a really big sort of shift within the Fishburners team lately. So we've had obviously we lost Hannah, beautiful Hannah, because she went on to go do Hi Hannah. She went on to go do some really exciting things. That's true. That was the previously. Yes, that was, we always got mixed up as well. But so when Hannah left to pursue amazing things at Hatch, and she's been killing it, by the way, which is so fantastic. But with that, obviously our whole marketing and she was in charge. She was doing so many roles in terms of marketing and community. It really opened up that to the team, and so with all, we've been really fantastic to be able to train up like Alakia, who's our content lead, as well as other members in the, as well as Jemima, and obviously just the greater team, so that we can start implementing more marketable. And learning those really important skills that make the access to information really, really clear and easy for our founders. So Alakia, as our content lead, has been learning SEO, search terms, and all those sorts of things, which is again is improving our user-friendly user interface and just making things so much easier as well. So that's been really fantastic. Nicole's done a great job at leading that.
That's good to hear. One key KPI of an online community or digital content business is always the number of active users. That's a secret. I'm not asking that one. But could you share with us?
It's good. It's a good number.
It's a good number. Good to know. How far are our audience now? How far you are aware of New Zealand, Queensland, Western Australia?
Yeah, you know,
are there anyone from the States and UK yet?
Something really, yes, absolutely. We have a lot of people coming in from the US, which is really, really great.
Really?
But, you know, we've also had people in the Middle East tune into our pitch nights as of late.
That's right. Yeah, I'm aware of that one. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Singapore, particularly, I'm surprised that we quite regularly see Singapore.
Yeah.
We are watching from Singapore and something like that.
Just recently, actually, we've been partnering up with La Trobe University, who are doing amazing, amazing things. May we add? We've had long-term partnerships.
From Victoria.
Victoria, correct.
That's
but they've
fantastic.
actually partnered up with I think it's somewhere in China, maybe Singapore. I'm so sorry, I've forgotten from the top of my head. But they're basically powering up all of their university students, and so we're getting a lot of international students as well, which has been really, really fantastic. And so they can build their network in Australia, as well as strengthen our networks here, as well as push that into the greater world, and really just sort of globalising that startup community.
How many uni are we networking with now? La Trobe, I am aware of it.
La Trobe is the main one.
Is there someone
and
from
so
Queensland?
With this new partnership, we've actually got a university in every single state of Australia. So
fantastic.
By September this year, we'll have a university in each state using the Founders Hub to be able to.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So hopefully we will help those uni beyond their existing or own startup program to tap into a bigger community.
Absolutely.
How about internship? I aware of that. There is some rumor talking about that we potentially startup could look for connect with the intern
and
market.
It's certainly not a rumor, man. I can tell you. We've
Okay.
actually had a really
Tell us.
strong
Tell me more.
internship, program over the last maybe 2-3 years at Fishburners. I mean,
Yeah.
I've been here for over 2
You've
years.
come through as an
but
intern program.
I did actually,
Yes,
but not
that's
through
right.
a program, but just sort of sourcing. I guess I went
Connection,
through Hannah.
yes.
Yeah, of course.
I think
but
Hannah came through
she
as an
did too.
intern first.
And we
Exactly.
both did. So
Yeah,
that was really
that's
great
right.
for us. And that's how we know the importance and the value of a really good startup and a good
Exactly.
intern program. But in particular, I think we've had a lot of different internship programs in the years. So with, I guess, La Trobe University, UTS, as well as a couple others, we've been able to place many, graduate students, but also, study students who are currently actively studying as well. We do have like desk options here in Sydney, which makes those sort of resources available. And then, of course, using the Founders Hub, we're able to give those students an extra sort of layer of education, support, and connection on our marketplaces, like our Fishburners marketplace. So on the Fishburners Founders Hub, we do have a job board, an opportunities board, a services board, and basically it's all, I guess, aggregated into one. And we, as part of that, we definitely have an internship thing. So that's sort of more of an ad hoc thing. But just recently, we've also had the IES, which is, I think, maybe the biggest.
What's IES?
It's one of the biggest internship programs, I guess, globally. And so what they do is they subsidize or pay students on behalf of the startup, and you can get really discounted support from, so it's really, of course, helping the students. And I'm such a big advocate for interns working in startups because you get such a varied experience. I mean, as I said before, I was able to work in a non-for-profit, but along with startups too, and it's so on the go. You're not collecting coffees, you're not doing any of those sorts of things. You have to get in there.
You're not only doing photocopy.
Absolutely, you have no choice but to be right in the action.
But we do need to move chairs every now and then.
We do have to move chairs. We was laughing about that with one of the board members. She goes, no matter how high you go, there's always going to be those menial tasks where you're doing, arts and crafts.
That's right.
It's good though. I think that's important, and being part of the, the veins of the startup and the veins of your business.
Fantastic. So for those startup out there potentially considering signing up to Fishburner virtual membership,
yes,
tell them what options they have.
We have actually quite a few different options, and it does, we've broken them up basically depending on your area or your journey or where you are in your startup. So we have our standard memberships, which is our cheapest, or like our, I want to say most basic form, but it's not really basic because it really does just unlock the whole world for you. So
the most affordable option.
It is the most affordable option at only $10 a week. It's very, and as I said earlier just before,
That's how you call it,
it does
a week,
$10 a week. So $40 a month, or it's billed every 4 weeks. But what that does is that gives you access to our mentor program. We have probably one of the best mentor programs in the whole of the startup ecosystem, I say.
In Australia?
In Australia, I think. We partner with Google, Atlassian, and Microsoft. They give us their Googlers, their Atlassians, I can't remember what the words are for them.
That's amazing, isn't it?
And they do.
Someone able to partner both Microsoft and Google.
We've had a really long-standing relationship with Google, which has been fantastic.
With both Google and Microsoft in the same
It is, and that's actually, man, do you want to know a fun fact? That's actually the first thing I ever worked on. Like one of my first things I did when I sort of had my proper role here at Fishburners, I built out the mentor program with Google, and we worked side by side.
Yes.
And it was so good we was built for them, and it's fantastic. And we've got some very exciting things. Google's been moving into some big stuff. We do have an event coming up with them too to launch all those sorts of things.
And AWS is the lead sponsor of all our pitch night.
That is correct. I don't think that's been announced yet, man. But
all three big cloud provider.
That is correct.
Are actively pushing the perks to our members.
That is correct.
And supporting our community.
That is correct.
We are grateful for them.
Honestly, and Fishburners, of course we're a non-for-profit, but like being able to work with these incredible textile companies has really just set the standard, I think, within our startups as well, and being able to have access to that support, whether it's through the perks and discounts or whether it's through the mentoring or however else. I mean, Microsoft for Startups are here every Thursday offering support. They just did a fantastic lunch and learn.
And
which
they
is available
have,
on the Founders Hub.
yes, that's right. I need to plug on that one. But besides that, there is a Microsoft sponsored SaaS business pitch night
That is
upcoming.
in 3 weeks' time.
In 3 weeks' time, and if I'm not wrong, we are still open for startups or scale up to pitch at the Microsoft sponsored SaaS business pitch night.
So if you have a SaaS product or a business, we would love to hear from you.
Exactly.
You can go straight onto our website. We do have opportunities, and the Get Involved form is where you can basically put your interest in for any pitches.
Right.
Even if you're not a SaaS product, you can actually also use that. We'll keep you in the database and reach out to you if there is a startup that suits your business.
It is not Majella going to look at the form, it is Jemima looking at the form. And that's the reason why I'm keep mixing up their names. I'm getting old as well, obviously.
I feel like we cut off before. I was explaining what the different startup options, I guess, for the Founders Hub are.
Keep going.
With the standard memberships, you do get access to the platform, which of course has the mentors. We have the whole community of startups as well, so you'll be able to get onto our Slack, get onto the main platform. We have, I should know this, I've completely forgotten what we offer. That's a bit bad, isn't it?
The community desk.
We have the
community membership and then fixed desk membership, or is that
this
permanent
is for Founders
membership?
Hub. This is for virtual.
Virtual first.
Yes, and then of course on the virtual we also have the marketplaces, the opportunities, and we do post a lot of exclusive things, and the content of course as well. So we're about to just launch a little insider series, and I mean content is very accessible, and you Google anything these days, but we're teaming up with a few exciting people to give a bit of an insider series of things you kind of only really know after a few years in the experience. We're talking to our alumni, we're talking to, I mean, obviously our partners.
And we will talk to an alumni in a few moments.
We will.
In a moment later. Keep going.
So
you mentioned we have a partnership with Xero for Auckland.
That is great.
Startups.
Yes.
Tell us more about Xero's perks for Fishburner members.
So I'll also link that in with our pro memberships. So when we go from standard, we go to pro memberships, and a big part of that is actually what you unlock the perks and discounts.
That's right.
And we have a very, very close partnership with Xero. They're actually a New Zealand startup, and they have offices in Parnell. And they are basically our brother or sister startup hub. And so we are basically, we've joined forces, our two communities. So within their Xero offices, they have their own startup hub, which is obviously really, really exciting. And so with that partnership, they not only use our Founders Hub for their members to connect and grow and, really create opportunities in the APAC region, but also, or the ANZ sort of thing. But beyond that as well, we've got a really fantastic perk opportunity. So for new founders who haven't used Xero before, you get 12 months for free on Xero, which is unheard of. There's not available anywhere else in the world.
Any Fishburner members
who has not used Xero
can use Xero for free for 12 months.
That is correct. Except the only thing is, if you're already a member, already a user.
If I am already using Xero.
Correct. You can, we haven't left you out, don't you worry.
Okay.
We have given you guys 40% off your current membership when you upgrade. So the thing is, who doesn't want to upgrade your membership and unlock more things, and you'll get it for only 60% of the current price.
I am paying Xero in 2 business subscription. So I can get potentially of course, terms and conditions apply, and then, But it's a good news. And
it's fantastic. And
I highly recommend Xero
the
first.
Value and Xero, I mean, we don't even have to talk too much about them because everyone knows them, and I feel like their product speaks for itself. They are really, truly innovators and fantastic at what they do.
Another thing that I want to talk about Xero is because the journey, how this cooperation works, is because they connect with Fishburner, not as part of their own internal innovation program, was it?
Well, they do have,
because they want to bring although they are already a very successful startup, they see the need of bringing more update startup awareness back to their
Absolutely.
staff. That was the first conversation we had
Absolutely.
with
They
them.
have a really great
Almost 2 years ago. That's why I
yeah,
went
and
off.
staff enrichment is so important, and I
that's
think
right.
that, and then fostering that innovation widespread, obviously within the community, that only
Yeah.
benefits the company, but it also
Yeah.
benefits all those fantastic sort of onsets that come from that. But in particular, that's why they've opened up that startup sort of space
right.
within their own offices, so they can continue to foster not just fintech
Disruptive
startups,
thinking, innovation
absolutely,
thinking.
and
Exactly.
they're doing such huge, fantastic things.
right.
As I said before, they've got Humanitics,
Yeah.
they've got a lot of tech for good consultancy firms and stuff, which is fantastic as well. And I mean, just following in their footsteps, really.
We might be overloading the audience with a
We have
little bit
spoken
too
about
much
a lot of
detail.
things.
But I want to ask is actually if there is a scale-up company out there, or if there is a enterprise out there thinking about their head of innovation now thinking about how can we instill the innovative thinking, disruptive thinking into our own staff day-to-day tasks. How could they learn from this Xero experience and work with Fishburner? Who should they talk to?
They should talk to myself, Jane,
Yeah.
or Nicole,
Yeah.
depending on the sort of areas that they want to go into.
You should talk to Majella. All right.
We'd be more than
We'll
happy
put
to.
the
and
link
we
in the
do-
description below.
Absolutely, because
Yeah.
there are so many, and honestly, as I've said before, we're a non-for-profit, but we're so passionate about growing entrepreneurship. I mean, my background in study and everything like that has
Yeah.
been technology and
And
innovation.
you are graduate from the great UTS.
I am, yes.
Is it innovation?
Innovate technology and innovation, and it was a
Technology and
really
innovation.
niche course.
Yeah,
We
that's
learned
right.
systems thinking, global problem solving.
Yeah.
Most incredible degree, but this is why I'm so passionate about growing the Australian startups ecosystem.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to try and hit those US markets as well, and just really make that community something that's so accessible and so available. That's the vision.
Off the record, not here in front of the camera, but later on, tell me how many active subscriber we have there from the States. Any other thing you want to add? Besides that, we will have a link in the description below for people to contact you.
I feel like I was going to say before, if we wanted to add to our memberships, hey Gary, to our memberships and everything, if you want to go a pro membership, that goes at $20 a week. And then you'll also unlock the perks and discounts, as we've just spoken about before, but you'll also get a business address, a registered business address. We'll look after all your mail and everything.
Yeah.
And you'll also get access to 2 of our events if you're in Sydney, of course, or whenever you're traveling, you'll get access to 2 of our events for free per month. So you can either come to our community drinks and network with our face-to-face with everyone, which of course brings those serendipitous connections and opportunities. We also have a really great lifetime membership, and I always advocate for the lifetime membership because I'll give you a little secret, man.
Wait.
The lifetime membership
I
saves you a lot of money.
I have a different opinion on that one because if you calculate the net present value, it's ridiculously undersell itself.
Man, we're here for startups and we're here to support them.
Everyone, if you have a spreadsheet, open it up, calculate the NPV of the membership, and then you will notice that our lifetime membership price is
You make your
way
money back
below the
in
NPV.
less than 2 years. So if you stay for an annual membership, which you pay, which is again significantly cheaper, that's around $647.
Yeah.
And then
We don't
when
need
you
to go into that level of detail.
But I'm telling you, and this is why I'm such an advocate for the lifetime memberships,
Yeah,
because we do have, I think we have around 15 or 16 different lifetime members. But the beauty of that right now is because you get such an upfront point of and we've only just recently launched this lifetime membership.
Okay.
But you get this front and center view. We know our lifetime members so intimately and so well. We're constantly directing opportunities to them. I mean, I know a number of them are going to the Digital Health Festival in Melbourne this year. All these things, and we're just, honestly, my number one advice is if you want to get
they have a privileged mailing list
Absolutely.
to
they get
receiving early
opportunities.
stage alert of connections.
Yeah, and I don't think it's necessarily a privilege thing. I think it just happens naturally. I think we know our lifetime members really well.
I need to get
and
on that,
let's
on
not
that
also,
list.
yeah, and I think, you know what, it really comes down to wherever you are in the world, you'll always have a home, you'll always have a community. This lifetime membership obviously doesn't expire, and it's honestly a no-brainer for $1,500. You'll always have a business address. You can always come to Fishburners events. We're not going anywhere anytime soon. And
I thought we will be moving to Tech Central in theory, it's about 2 years' time. or less?
I don't think, I mean, I'm not sure.
It's up to the government.
It is. And that will be with that as well.
Yeah.
However, Tech Central is moving at its pace it will move at, and I can't say anything on that now because I'm not 100% sure. But
I haven't heard of any more news.
I
on
think that,
one,
you know
so-
what, as that comes and flourishes, Fishburners will be right there along with it.
Yeah, that's right. One thing is that a lot of our virtual members are in fact from, as you say, from outside Sydney. The mentoring capability and connection is important.
Absolutely.
Is any of our mentor doing online coaching?
Every single
or do
one
they
of-
only do face-to-face?
Or every single one of our mentors are virtually available. So
Okay.
Fishburners has no delineation between virtual and standard members
Okay.
other than having a desk here.
So
And
virtual members from wherever, from La Trobe, from Queensland, from Western
Absolutely.
Australia, could also
New
tee up a
Zealand,
mentor
China.
to have a Zoom session one-on-one to have a chat.
Absolutely.
So
and
I hope that's a
I think I
good
was going
excuse
to-
for them to do.
Yeah, and I was going to say we can even take it one step further. We have disability awareness as well, and we're very big on that. So we have
Okay.
mentors who can specifically change up their sort of session to fit the needs of
Okay.
people with additional needs, which is really,
Yeah.
really important as well.
Yeah.
So we're trying to
Fantastic.
suit everybody, and which is really important, of course.
Indeed. How long have we been talking? I
Probably
can't.
too
I
long.
can't
They're
see.
probably
It's
sick
been
of
already
hearing my
too
voice,
long.
man.
It's already almost half an hour. It's already almost half an hour.
Well, there you go.
Our
There's a lot
second
to
guest is
cover at
waiting.
Fishburners.
So let's roll our sponsor message, and then we will come to our second guest.
Brendan Mitchell.
Right, we are back. You see that I'm looking at my phone is because this live stream is controlled by an app.
Very impressive.
And now we have Brendan from Pam with us.
Thanks for having me,
Welcome
man.
back.
Thank
Because
you.
Pam is an alumni of Fishburner.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Why you left us?
Well, we left because...
Let's don't talk about it.
Hang on. Fishburn is all about startups
Yes.
and growing startups. Pam's moved up to a scale-up phase, so we wanted to make room for more startups to come and grow in the tech community.
That's a good line. That's a good line. And obviously, this guy is in charge of marketing and sales. Or sales? Or only
Marketing. In
Marketing at
Little
Pam.
bit of sales.
Tell us more about Pam.
Pam. So Pam's a smarter navigation platform.
Yeah.
We want to create smart, social, connected environments.
Yeah.
Putting people and places in sync.
Yeah.
It's all about digital signage and interactive mobile navigation to get you from your home to your seat at a stadium, to find your way in a university, or to connect you with anything within a smart city.
Where in Australia or in Sydney people can experience your superior service?
Just down the road at UTS. We've got a number of smart kiosks and an interactive mobile application there that can help you find absolutely anything on campus at UTS. You need to find your correct class to go to, somewhere to eat, somewhere to get a coffee.
So it's actually not only special event, it's actually day to day they use it,
Every day.
including lecture class.
Yep,
Every class.
Yeah, you can find
Holy.
anything that you need at UTS. And one of the other benefits is Pam also manages all the physical signage. So
Of
it creates
UTS.
it creates a asset inventory of all the physical signs. So it makes it a lot easier to update.
Yeah.
If there's a name change, a professor moves on, or a faculty changes locations, Pam is a asset inventory to control all those updates. It makes life a lot easier for
Are
sign
you telling me
manufacturers.
you are the Matrix?
I wish we were the Matrix. Not quite, not yet anyway.
No, you, I don't know. Okay, tell me more about, it sounds good and fun, but what is the best example you can illustrate to people? What is digital signage and smart?
Navigation.
Navigation.
Yeah.
What does it mean for consumer, for end user of a venue?
Okay, sure. So one of the great examples is everyone loves going to concerts or sporting matches at stadiums.
Yeah.
Pam can help you get from your couch at home to find the right parking spot, onto the best entrance to get to your seat, and then connect you with all the events and experiences inside a stadium to help you get food, coffee, buy merchandise, whatever you need.
Yeah.
It's all on your mobile phone.
It's an app.
It's not an app, it's a web-based platform that you can get via a link in an email, scan a QR code to get it up on your phone. But Pam also controls all the digital signage.
Okay.
So when you're walking in, you've got a heads-up display. You're looking, my entrance is over there. And when you look down at your phone, the same information matches up. So you see where you're going, following the blue line, and looking up and seeing the digital directions.
AR.
Not an AR.
But you see the blue line, you mean a blue line on a 2D map? On a 2D map?
On a 3D map.
3D map.
3D map. So think of it like Google Maps, but on steroids.
Okay.
You can find
on steroid.
Yeah, on steroids.
You want to claim that you are on steroid on top of Google Map? Anyone out there from Google? All right. Okay. Go on.
For sure. So Pam just helps you connect with anything in your precinct, in your environment.
Very good.
If you're looking for any type of experiences.
So imagine if I go to watch a soccer game.
Yeah.
And the Football Australia. Is it Football Australia?
I think
Football
so.
Australia, I think so. Or whatever the organizer, subscribe your services and use your services. And then I got an electronic ticket, including a link where I can just press and then I can navigate, so take all the advantage of the full feature of your services.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would that be expensive?
Well, for the end users, no. That's all free.
No, but of course, for the operator, for the organizer, for the event host, is that absolutely expensive or absolutely not expensive?
It's not too expensive. Pam is a SaaS platform, it's
value for money.
Absolutely, that's what we like to call it.
No, so what kind of ROI you would expect? You would tell your potential client if someone is running a 40,000 people soccer game, expecting blah, 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 and then whatever budget you say, hey, if you use our services, you will enhance your client satisfaction or whatever. What is the ROI they should expect on using your service?
One of the great benefits of Pam is that it's not just a navigation platform. So you're not going to say to a stadium, hey, just put this in, it's going to make people's lives easier. What the stadium can actually do is on-sell the advertising. So digital signage is not just directions, it can be counted as advertising screens as well. So they count for impressions.
Advertising for whom?
For anybody. They could be sponsorship and advertising, brand activations. So they can then on-sell that prime real estate. If you've got 40,000 people attending a soccer game, that's 40,000 impressions on particular signs and on the mobile app. So they can recoup the costs of Pam by charging it to advertisers so that they can then make their money back.
Or
and then
make their sponsorship package more appealing to the sponsor.
They can. It's another level of sponsorship. So if you have someone that's a gold platinum sponsor at this stadium, you can say, hey, I've got this extra level of sponsorship that's going to get you 40,000 impressions every time there's a match on, plus all of the digital impressions. We'll just charge you an extra fee for that. And
so in this case, is that the stadium would be your client, or is it the football match operator be your client?
Generally, it's the stadium, although we are looking at event organisers as well for major events. Soccer World Cup, the Olympics, things like that are temporary music festivals that are temporary events. They can come over. They can come in and take over the PAM platform and use it for their specific event. But otherwise, it'll be there for everyday use.
Is there something Coachella?
Coachella would be awesome. But Coachella really needs Pam. Maybe I should go and make sure it's all working properly.
Who is responsible for the American market sales? Your boss or you? I forgot your boss name. I'm so sorry.
My boss name's Stephen Minning. So,
Stephen, yes.
Yes.
Stephen. I met him a couple of times.
Yeah.
So who is responsible for, who is the primary one taking the KPI of sales in US market?
So Stephen is heavily involved in the US market. We also have a team in the US
okay.
of 3 people over there. So we've got 2 sales guys and an account manager in the US that are looking after that market over there.
But delivery and operation from Sydney.
From Sydney, yes.
It was from Fishburner.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before you alumni graduate out of Fishburner.
Yeah, for sure. So everything is, all our development, product team, we're all located in Sydney.
Yeah.
We all used to be in the office at Fishburners, helping major stadiums over in the US. So it's exciting to have a local product.
Now you move across the street to a better looking office.
yeah, absolutely. But we still come and drop in and check on the Fishburners team.
So what is the next best customer? You don't need to name the name because potentially that's confidential. But what's the next best customer persona that you want to see PAM to be serving?
I think the next step is smart cities. Everyone keeps talking about smart cities. We have, there's universities, there's stadiums, but how good would it be if PAM could connect a whole city to realise all the experiences that are on?
Would that be very expensive for a city to invest in it? Because after all, city need to look after the tax income. They can't just spend the money. You need to have a return.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I mentioned before, it all depends on their advertising as well. So they can recoup that. All of the costs. The prices aren't so much. They're scalable, so they suit to the district and the environment. But a smart city, just like any other place, they can recoup their costs through PAM, through advertising and on selling the digital real estate, as we like to call it, within the platform. So it might be the digital real estate in the 3D maps, or on the electronic signs, digital signs, where they can actually start making a profit from PAM.
Using UTS as an example, how many screens are there, or how many signage are there that is managed by PAM at the moment, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, that's
It's okay to be confidential, but I just want to know.
No, for sure.
Top of my head.
I think in terms of the interactive kiosks, we've got about 12 to 15 interactive kiosks throughout the campus.
So people can tap on it to interact with it.
They're up on the walls.
There are screens that just on the wall that you walk past and you know the quick information and things like that.
There's directories up on the wall that will say on level 10 is Professor whoever's office.
Digital directory.
Digital directional screens. But we also manage all of the physical signs at PAM. At UTS.
Okay, so the next question is naturally, what is the kind of, maybe a bit sensitive, but what is the kind of the return from UTS point of view? Why it's worth them investing in this solution?
Absolutely. So if you think about all of the physical signage around any place, as soon as something changes, you have to go and take it off a wall.
Which happens all the time.
Happens all the time. You have to take it off a wall, throw it away, get the new one made on new materials, get an installer to come out and put it back onto the wall. Digital signage takes out that whole process.
That's right.
So it saves a lot of time on the operational costs. The operational costs, as well as
One second.
Sure
you keep going.
I'll let you fix that. Ben's doing a great job running around.
It is still live.
We're still live. The joys of live TV.
Oh my God, man. There's 600 people online.
No, I can see the number in here. But anyway, sorry, Brandon, keep going.
That's okay. So all of those operational costs around physical signage. Digital signage removes that.
Yeah.
And the interactive map is just as easy to update. If a location changes, all you have to do is go into the PAM system and update a name or block off a route. If there's a construction zone happening, you don't have to go and put up physical signs.
True. Particularly
and
those
go around
event, incident, or whatever special situation incident you want to control.
All you can do is you just update in PAM. You can open and close routes. So if I want to get from A to B, but the most direct route is impacted, I can put in a new route to go around a different way, and that updates on the digital signage, it updates on the mobile phone, so it just takes people there naturally instead of a hazardous route where Google and Apple don't update.
How many uni are there in Australia?
How many universities?
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot that we're talking to.
You're talking to a lot already.
Yes.
How many of them you expect that will become your client in the upcoming planning period?
Oh, look,
maybe a year planning, your budget planning, your sales pipeline planning.
Yeah, we hope to have at least 5 to 10 on board in the next year.
Fantastic.
Yeah, and there's some that have used PAM. I'll give you a little bit of a backstory, sorry. So PAM originally was a sign asset management system, which is what I explained about the physical signage, updating those signs, producing reports. So a lot of universities were interested at that stage back then, and then COVID hit and PAM kind of pivoted into more of a digital world with mobile navigation, digital signage. So we're now looking at combining those two aspects to manage
that makes a whole lot of sense.
Every side of navigation.
That makes a whole lot of sense. And how many convention centers out there in Australia land that potentially could be benefiting from your technologies?
Oh, look, there's tons out there, and we'd like to be talking to more of them. But I think for PAM, the main focus is on the campus sector, so education, corporate campuses, stadiums, and smart cities.
Very good.
Yeah, so I think those are our three target areas for sure.
Stephen, your boss.
Stephen, yes.
So Stephen, Brendan is going to hit the targets and crack the
absolutely
break the target.
Get to the next level.
Exceed the target very soon. Very soon.
I hope so.
Yes.
I hope so.
Thank you so much for spending your time with us.
Thank you very much,
and
man.
Thank you for brave enough to stand in front of the camera with us on a Fishburner Live.
No worries. Thank you for having me. It's
I
good.
will see you next time. Any other last thing you want to say to the people out there?
I think we're all good. Just everyone get around Fishburners. Awesome place. Love it.
Very good. See you next time, and let's roll our sponsor message.
Thank you for all the people that are watching online. I believe we have people from England, Israel, the US.
Okay, my name is Alex. I'm the founder of Print.
First-hand dramatic impact of climate change.
We will send a read-only copy.
Please jump on here, send us